So you're grieving both your mom and your dad. And you know that this takes a long time. Maybe that's why you're not in a rush to look for a fucking man or have a child because she got no grandmother. The kid's not going to have a grandmother on this side. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So,
I think about that a lot.
yeah, right now, you just had two serious deaths. And it's weird. You didn't get a chance to grieve one, and then the other one died. Because
Yeah,
grieving doesn't take two
exactly.
fucking weeks. People have no idea that grieving doesn't take 2 weeks. Grieving hides at the funeral. He hides when the casket goes
Ooh.
in the grave, and it makes you think you're okay. It makes you think you're okay. Like you even start going, what the fuck? My mother could have died twice. I don't even miss her. It's fucking weird. Like for me, I gotta tell you, this is the most disturbing story of my life. Fuck the kidnapping. Fuck bottles of people pussy. Fuck robbing hookers. I think the most disturbing thing I ever fucking went through was my mom died November 8th, right? So I was cool all of November. I was like, damn, I don't even miss this bitch. I mean, I miss her fucking cooking, but I really don't miss her. Then I went to see Judas Priest November 29th, and The Wall came out that weekend. So The Wall kind of took my mind away. Like it picked up where I should have started missing her after 2 weeks, but The Wall took me through the whole month of December. And I remember that I was fucking hating Christmas. I didn't even want
Oh,
to think of what Christmas felt like, right?
yes.
Christmas Eve came, nothing. Christmas Day came, nothing. I was like, fuck. I'm going to go talk to a priest because I don't even think I love my mother. I mean, it was horrible what I felt. It was like just another day, Christmas. I thought I was going to break down. And no, you know when it hit me? Like a night before New Year's, I was at my friend's house. We were having a party, getting warmed up for New Year's the night before New Year's. Just a little warm up. And that song came on, Mother by Pink Floyd on side one of
Oh,
The
yeah.
Wall. And I had listened to it, throughout my mother dying. I had put it on. But for some reason this night, I couldn't breathe. I went outside, dog, and I just started puking and crying. And the puking carried me all the way home. I was like on 70th Street. I had to walk to 39th Street. It's fucking 10 degrees is 11, And I'm walking, puking, and crying. And the tears would freeze on my face. And I walked. She was on a hill, a cemetery on a hill. And I remember that I jumped the fence because I didn't believe she was dead. I was like, she ain't dead. They're playing a trick on me. Even though you saw her at the wake for 4 fucking days, even though you saw them close the lid, even though you saw them fucking put her in the hole, I ran to the cemetery. I tried to dig her out with my hands. The fucking
Oh, my
concrete was
God.
frozen. And I remember I caught myself and I was just babbling, crying, like the tears, saliva, boogies coming out of my nose. I jumped the fence and I ran to my house because I used to fucking always go. Maybe she came home. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she got lost on the bus. I don't fucking know. And I would sit there and wait for her at night on the stairs. And I actually, one night, I even knocked on the door.
I believe it.
And I was like, all right, I'm going fucking crazy. I can't do this anymore. And that, I've always remembered that night. Like it's fucking tattooed in my fucking soul how much pain I was in. And after that, the pain just didn't go away for years.
Yeah.
And it
Like a roller
escalated.
coaster.
Oh my God, it was horrible. And it would go away, and then at night, it would come back.
Oh,
Because you
the
were busy.
night.
The night.
Ooh,
You're busy
the
all
night.
day. You're like, I got over her death. And all of a sudden, you walk in your house, you take a shower, you're alone, and it fucking lands on you like a fucking hammer.
It sure does. The
And then
nighttime's the worst time.
And then I was doing drugs, and I was, mugging people, whatever the fuck I was doing. Then the deep guilt came in '84.
Damn.
And that's how I ended up homeless in a fucking park living in a rocket ship because the pain was unbearable. And then I was okay. I was leveled. But 42 years later, there's still a little bit of pain. And it's like I tell people when they're parents, I go, you're going to make it. But it's like food. Anything you eat from now on, it's not going to have salt on it. That's the way your life
Yeah.
feels, like it's missing the
Yeah.
salt. And I've always said that. So grieving takes fucking years.
It takes
Years.
a long time.
And you
And it's
might
so
grieve
different
your
for
mom
everybody.
first. Yeah, you might grieve your mom first and come to terms with it. But one day you might have a cocktail or smoke a joint, and all of a sudden you open up your dad's, and now you got to grieve that motherfucker. And you're like, what the fuck? How am I thinking of him? He died 3 years before my mom. So grieving is a fucking mental nightmare.
It is. It's like it feels like boot camp for your soul, and it's so individualized, you know. There's like that Kubler-Ross method of or the stages of grief, but I for me, you know, the stages obviously aren't linear, and there's other things that occur that happen that aren't even a part of what is supposed to happen to you. And the other thing that was fucked up for us is because of COVID, and a lot of people experience this, we couldn't have a funeral. So we didn't get to go through that like normal tradition of, which is a healthy
Yes.
process, I think, to see them dead, to see, like you said, see them be buried, see them in the casket. Like the one of the reasons for that is so that we can identify them as being dead, and having some levity with that and connection with that helps us understand that they are in fact dead. And even for you, you know, it was unbelievable for you, and that's how strong grief is. But we didn't have that, so there was the disbelief time for me lasted for months. I was like, where is this? This bitch isn't calling me back. Where is this bitch? She doesn't want to go to Marshall's and date. She don't want to day drink and go to Marshall's. Why? What? She got a life now. That's like part of
It's
me was like,
really
oh,
crazy. It's really
it's
crazy how you forget
crazy.
your mind. It's like the man said, the mind playing tricks on you. Your mind really fucking plays tricks. And once you go through that shit, you also learn that what Rambo said was true. The fucking mind is the most unique thing in the world. Fuck computers. Your mind could do so many fucking things. It's like when you don't want to do something, all of a sudden you start getting tired, or, man, I don't feel good. That's your fucking mind playing games with you, you know. When you read The Art of War, not the one by Sun Tzu, but the other guy that talks about writing. Have you ever read that one? The War of Art or
No.
whatever, The War of Art. They talk about that, how your mind, you know, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say to you. I got to stop smoking this fucking reefer.
No, you were saying how your mind is a thing that creates everything, and how your mind is like the most powerful thing. And you're right. Like what literally, it's the same saying as if you believe it, you can achieve it. What that's saying is, if you can create or muster up something in your mind, it becomes your reality. Our thoughts become our world.